Shalom. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors and praises to Apostle Elders of GMS that taught me this truth. And peace and blessings to the Akim that has their life daily, pushing this truth with sincerity. Once again, my name is Einon with GMS Detroit Bar Camp. And this is just a quick lesson on to the Aqua listener, Shalom. Once again, this just a quick lesson on the wheat and the tares. I pray that it's edifying to the hopeful elect, to the brothers out there that have their life daily, pushing this truth. Shalom. Let's get into it. You know, that's the reason why Eve wants to vaccinate these so-called vaccines on us. You know, to remove the so-called the God gene from you, and he wants to, you know, remove the God gene from you so you'll be docile. You'll go for everything that he wants to do, and once you learn what he wants to do, then you'll be woken up, and then you'll know. But the Most High, gotta be dealing with you to waking you up and to bring you into this truth. But if it ain't meant for you to be woken up, the Most High gonna put deep sleep on you. And I'm gonna do a video on that too on this video also, because this truth ain't for everybody. You know, this is Matthew 23 and 24, and another parable. He put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed a good seed in his field. But while the men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. And this man that sowed this man that sowed the good seed, this is Yahushai, and the field is the world, and the good seed is the elect, the elect, and the 1/3 of Israel. You know, who the ears are open to receive this truth. You know, you have to be an Israelite to receive these. See the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth, but while the men slept, the enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. And this happened back when we was in captivity. When we was in captivity, the enemies raped our women and had babies by them. And when they had babies by them, them kids were not Israelites. They was of the other nations. They wasn't, you know, children of Israel, because you only of what your father is, according to the scriptures. Whatever your father is, that's what you is, according to the scriptures. Matter of fact, let me grab it in Numbers, the 2nd chapter. Slakia, Numbers 2 and 1. And because the men have the seed, the women just have the pot. We have the seed. We when we have sex, we plant our seed in you. You know, we sow our seed in you, and then our seed it develops in you, and then it has a baby, and then we have a baby. And this is Numbers 2 and 2. This is number 1, 2 and 1. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, every man of the children of Israel pitch by his own standard, an ensign of their father house, far off about the tabernacle congregation, and they shall, oh, is it one? I think it's one. Slakia. It's one. It's Numbers 1. Slakia. Numbers 1. Because it's about your father's house. It's not about your mother house. You know how these wacky ass Christians, these wacky ass these Jewish people. They say you Jewish because of your mother. No, you ain't Jewish because of your mother. You Jewish because you a Jew because of your father's seed. The father carries the seed. The father carried the heritage of the pedigree of the nation. And this is it right here. This is this is Numbers 1 and 2. Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names of every man by their polls, from the year 20 years old and upwards, and all that was able to go forth to war in Israel. And thou, Aaron, shall number them by the armies. And this right here, this right here is this is how the wealth of Israel was passed down from father to son, from father to son, to father to son, to father to son. But it was a special exception where it was passed down to father and daughter, because they had no sons. He had no sons. He had daughters. But it was always done between the fathers. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, and every one head of his house of his father. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you, the tribe of Reuben. And it's about to say the names of the men that stand at the head of each of the 12 tribes of the house of Israel. And you understand? The men was the head of the tribe, not the women. The generation didn't pass through the women's loin. It passed through the men's loin. You know, to the men, testes, his testicles. You know, his semen, his seed. Okay. And let's go back to this right here about the tares, because when the enemy sown tares among our women, he planted his seed in our women, and instead of having an Israelite child, it was whatever child that enemy was. If it was an Edomite, it was an Edomite son that she had. The Israelite woman had an Edomite a son. You know, and it's even happening today. You know, we have women being popped by so-called white men and having kids by them, and they talking about they biracial, but you're not biracial. You are what your father is. If your father is a so-called white man, a so-called Edomite, that's who you are. You are Edomite. That's simple as that. If a so-called Afro-American, so-called Jew, a Judite, that's who so-called Negro, that's his tribe, a Judite. If he popped a so-called Edomite woman, a so-called white woman, it'll be a Judite son. It wouldn't be a mixed baby. He'll be a Judite son. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. You know, I'm pray, Yahweh Ratazah, he put a spirit on me to do a video on Gentiles, because they think that the Gentiles means everybody, but no, it's just about the Gentile. It's about the Hellenized Jakes that went after the customs of the Romans, and what they did, they took up the nature of the Hellenistic lifestyle of the Romans, But let's get back to the wheat and tares, because I don't want to go too far off. And that word tares, that word tares. Matter of fact, that word tares, because my elder apostles tell us to go to the deeper meaning of words.
Strong's G 2215. Zazanian.
Strong's G 2215. And we go to the deeper meaning. Zaire Zeke lexicon, a shaft, a kind of darn, a bastard wheat. But if you're not an Israelite, and she have a child, a woman that's an Israelite woman, it was a law that a Israelite man couldn't have, wasn't supposed to have sex and have love with the women of the other nations, because they will change their hearts after the other nations. And matter of fact, that's in the law is spoken in 1 Kings, the 11th chapter, when we talk about King Solomon. He had I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna just get it. It's just better I get it than talk about it. Bastard wheat, but see, Zemlin, the wheat exchange the grain are black, and a bastard wheat. So you use a bastard. You wasn't a full recognized as a if you use a bastard, you wasn't recognized as a full offspring of a real Israelite. A real Israelite wouldn't be considered a bastard. It's just straight off that fact. And among the wheat, and it went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth the fruit, then appeared the tares also. So when the servant and the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in the field, from whence then had the tares? And so then where these non-Israelites come from? And we got precepts on that, I got precepts on that, because the Most High don't look on the matter of fact, it's going to be a great shifting. This is Amos 99. For lo, I will command, and I will shift the house of Israel from among all the nations, like corn is shifted in a sleeve, and yet shall not a least grain fall upon the earth. So, Yahweh Shai is going to shift the house of Israel from among all the nations. You know how just like you shift a flour in a shifter to make that flour real move all the clumps out of it. That's how Yahweh Shai is going to do the house of Israel. Just like when the children of Israel was removed out of the land of Israel, out of Egypt, he was shifting there. He was shifting there because, it was a multitude that came out of Egypt then. But while he was while he was taking them out, hey, he was shifting in. He swallowed up the ground on them. Hey, he sent the fiery serpents on them. Hey, he was shifting in. Hey, slaying them, destroying them. Hey, he was shifting in, you know. And all, the wicked of Israel was dying by the sword. Hey, he was shifting in, and right now, hey, it's shifting time. It's all, and like the elder apostles say, it is always shifting its time around Mount Israel. You know, and this is another precept about the tares, because hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai don't look on your outward appearance; he look on the inside, your inward appearance, hey, your inward countenance. It ain't your outward appearance. It ain't about how good you look on the outside. It's about what your inner man looks like on the inside. Hey, the Most High don't give a fuck about how you look on the outside. Hey, you could be looking all kind of fair stumpage and all kind of fair garments and all that. Hey, that's the reason why us men of Great Millstone, hey, we don't wear fancy garments to try to hook you and all that stuff. Hey, man, we don't need all that. Hey, we just give you the 100% truth. You know? And this is 2 Corinthians 10 and 7. Do ye look at things after the outward appearance? If any man trust to himself that he is the Messiah, let him of himself think this again, that as he is the Messiah, even as we are the Messiah. And so we are the Messiah. And this right here, hey, we supposed to be looking in, you know, we supposed to try the spirit. Hey, when we meet a new brother, hey, we try the spirit. We don't accept the brother when we meet a new brother, you know, coming to camp. Hey, we try him. We give him a trial by fire. Hey, we see how long if he's gonna endure. If it's, you know, because hey, we don't know that person from jump. Just because, hey, he come up there and he look like us. Hey, the scriptures say all Israel not like. Matter of fact, let me get it. This is. Matter of fact, let me grab it. This is Romans 9 and 6. And my brother from camp, Dawad, he loves this scripture right here. He said, this is Romans 9 and 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, though we are not all of Israel, which are of Israel. And not every person that say they are Israel is of Israel. Because, hey, ain't guaranteed that just because you look like us, you are of us. You know, hey, it's just that, man. Hey, Hey, look at what you call it? Lenny Kravitz. Just to name one person. Hey, he got a so-called Negro mama, a Jake mama, but his father is an Edomite. He not of us. Hey, we can keep on naming names. But I ain't gonna do all that. Just one person, just to, just show my point. And we have Jakes that look like the other nations that look like us. Look at Blake Griffin. Look at John Amos' son. John Amos' son look like him, but like a negative image of him. You know how you have a negative image of a picture of him? Hey, he looks white, but hey, that's John Amos' son. That's a Judite. And this the curse. When we was in captivity, when we was in brought over here in chains, over here in cargo slave ships, this Deuteronomy 28:30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her, and and we ain't had no power then. Back then, master would come up in there and lay with your wife and do what the hell he want to do and kill you if he wanted to. Kill your kids if he wanted to. And there wasn't a damn thing you could do about it. You know? We ain't had no power. We still ain't got no power to this day. You know? Let me go back to this right here, finish this up. Because, this is Matthew 13:26. But when the blaze sprung up and brought forth fruit, and then appeared the tares also, and so the servant and the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in thy field? And whence then had it tares? And he said unto them, an enemy had done this. And the enemy is these heathen nations. The wicked, the Edomites, they did this unto us. They sown tares among us, among other people. We have people that look like us. They ain't us. They could be Edomites that look just like us. You know? And the servant said unto them, Wilt thou dare that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather the tares, ye root up the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather together the tares, and bind them in the bundles, and burn them together. Burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. And man, and this is talking about the end of the world. And I'm gonna go straight to this point right here, because straight to the end of this right here, the end of the world. And this is Matthew 13:37. And he answered him, saying, He that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man, that's Yahushua, and the field is the world. And like when the reporters out there on the news, they say, I'm out here on the field, you know, the world. And the children, and the seed are the children of the kingdom, the Israelites. And the tares are the children of the wicked one, the Edomites. And the enemy sold them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. And as therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. And kind. And in the end of this world, hey, Yahweh Shai, the Son of Man shall send forth the angels, and every shall, and they shall gather out of the kingdom all things that offend, and them that do iniquity, and then shall cast them into the furnace of fire. And the furnace of fire is the thermonuclear destruction of America, through the through them nukes, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. And soon, this is going to happen real soon. The reapers, Yahweh Shai and the reapers, the angels are going to come, and Yahweh Shai is going to come and deliver the elect and the 1/3 of Israel, and the 2/3 and the reaper and the wicked, and the heathens are going to die. But a remnant of them going to be saved because, hey, somebody got to build up the kingdom of Yahweh Shai and of the kingdom of the Most High. Somebody got to build it, because it's going to be the Israelites, the so-called children of Israel, the hopeful elect, the 1/3, Yahweh Ratazah. I'm of that number. Hey, I'm hoping I could get in as a helper. You know, I'm hoping I can get in as a helper if I'm not of the elect. Hey, I pray this video was edifying to the hopeful elect. And with that said, shalom.